What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Expanded Thursday. Today we are looking at the Trevenant Break deck. Now, regionals are the first expanded regionals is next weekend, so we need to get ourselves ready. And I think this is one of the strongest decks. Don't worry, Saturday we'll have an expanded Saturday tournament. Those are coming back for some weekends, and we are going to definitely see my number one choice for expanded regionals. But this weekend we're looking at definitely one of the strongest contenders, and that is going to be the Trevenant Break deck. Now, we know we've seen this as standard, but I mean, it doesn't exist in standard because this Trevenant with the four skirts is not available anymore. It did rotate out, so now it's definitely a super expanded deck. But let's go over it and let's see what it's about. Now, obviously, it rotates around the Trevenant with the Force Curse to shut down item cards, which is one of the main things that almost every deck plays. You know, item cards, you rely on almost every, you rely on this a lot. You got Ultra Balls, VS Seekers. This deck has Computer Search, Level Ball, Super Rod, which are really good cards to have. Float Stone, Burst Balloons cannot be played. So as you see, it does shut off a lot of cards in your deck, which is why it's so good. But our main attack is going to be this Trevenant Break, and its attack is going to be Silent Fear. It does 3 damage, or it puts 3 damage counters each of your opponent's Pokemon. So everybody can take 3 damage counters. There we go. Automatically, no matter what, which is great. We do have this Trevenant as well with the Tree Slam. It does 60 and then 20 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon. And we have Trevenant or Phantump, and this is the best Phantump because of the Ascension. Because you can search it for Pokemon that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon, which is great. So you can get that turn 1 evolution to get the Trevenant out to basically block item guards, which is great. That's fantastic. Now, the deck plays, of course, 3 Shaymin. It plays 1 Jirachi for Stellar Guidance to help search for a supporter card, which can get you like a Wally turn 1 to get that Trevenant online, which is great. You've got a Team Flare Grunt. And mostly you use like to get a supporter card to help you draw cards, because if you're using Jirachi to get a Team Flare Grunt, you better hope that's the only energy they have. Like, you're definitely using to get a supporter card, or either Wally. Like Wally, or you're playing it to draw more cards. 1 Mewtwo with the X-Ball, which can help you against dark decks. X-Ball, like if they load up an Evital with a ton of energies, you can maybe X-Ball for a knockout. And if your opponent like gets a lot of damage on him, you can Mewtwo X-Ball for a knockout. And also Side Drive is really good as well. It does 120 damage. So if your opponent has 60 damage counters on it, which is 2 Sonic Fears, you can Side Drive it for a knockout, which is really nice. You do have to discard a Psychic Energy, but whatever. And 1 Wobbuffet because of the Psychic. So it does 10, and then 10 more damage each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So once again, if they have a ton of damage, you can send a Wobbuffet, use Psychic Soul for the knockout if they do knock out your tree. And that's all the Pokemon you're going to play. It's a really good list. It's really close to Aaron Tarbell's list that he used to win Florida Regionals. I think it's still one of the best lists that was made for Trevenant Break, so we are basing off that. Alright, 1 Computer Search for consistency reasons. Get like the turn 1 Wally. If we have a bad hand, Computer Search supporter card, which is really nice. 2 Level Ball to search your Pokemon with 90 HP or less, which can get you Jirachi or Phantump. But that's pretty much it, because Trevenant has 110, Wobbuffet has 110, Mewtwo has 170, and Shaymin has 110. So Jirachi and Phantump are 2 cards you can get, but still really good because you need to get as many Phantoms as you can down turn 1. 1 Super Rod to shuffle 3 combination Pokemon and energy cards back into your deck. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seeker. And let's go with supporter cards. 1 AZ to return 1 Pokemon in your hand. 1 Colress to shuffle your hand to deck. Then draw number cards equal to number bench Pokemon to play, both yours and your opponent. 2 Lysandre, 2 N, 4 Juniper, 1 Team Flare Gun to discard energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, which could maybe slow your opponent down. Like if they have 1 energy and then needs a 2 energy attack, you can Team Flare Gun it and make it where they attach again. And then it follows and they attach again, so you could slow them down by 2 more extra turns. 2 Wally, so we can get that turn 1 Trevenant, like I said. If you're going first and you get that turn 1 Trevenant, I promise you're going to win most, if not all, your games. 1 Xerosic, discard a special energy or tool card to play on your side or your opponent's side. 4 Dimension Valley. And this is really good for Trevenant Break, or pretty much everybody in this deck, because Dimension Valley makes it where your Psychic Pokemon need 1 less colorless energy to attack. So your Trevenant only needs 1 Psychic Energy. Your Trevenant, your regular Trevenant needs a Psychic and a colorless energy. Your Mewtwo needs a Psychic and a Psychic, and your Wobbuffet just needs a Psychic energy to attack, which is why you see Dimension Valley is like really good in this deck, and why we play 4 of those. Now also we play 4 Bursting Balloons. Basically, if your opponent attacks this Pokemon, even if they're knocked out, they take 6 damage counters. Now, this is really good. Like, if you know your opponent's going to attack you and you have a Burst Balloon, you can just put it on the active and like, yeah, if you attack me, you're going to hit for 60, which is amazing. It can help out the damage, or help out math really well. 3 Mystery Energy to help give free retreat. The retreat cost of this Pokemon is attached to its 2 with less. It can only be attached to Psychic Pokemon. So it gives Wobbuffet that free retreat. It gives Mewtwo that free retreat as well. It does make Trevenant have a 1 retreat cost instead of 3, but it's still really good. It's mainly for Wobbuffet and Mewtwo to get them out of the axe spot. 2 Float Stone help you for the Shaymin and Jirachi, maybe Mewtwo and Wobbuffet as well. 5 Psychic Energy so that you can fill the Psychic Attachment, and there you go, guys. But now the 2 decks you have to really worry about with this deck, and this is why I'm kind of scared to play this deck, is Dark. Like, Dark is going to be one of the biggest decks at regionals. Like, don't get me wrong, it's one of the best decks, and I think it's going to be played everywhere. And you're weak to Dark. Like, Dark will probably destroy you, but if you miss it, you can pretty much win the tournament because you beat everything else. And also, any water deck that plays Rough Seas, because Rough Seas can heal 30 damage for each other Pokemon. Now, don't get me wrong, you can train lock them, make it where they can't, like, search for Rough Seas and maybe miss it, but still, it's a really hard matchup. But there you go, guys. I think that's your probably your 2 worst matchups. But outside of that, you pretty much beat everything, except if your opponent gets, like, turn Archeops. That could be really bad as well. Yeah, Archeops can be bad, making where you can't evolve from your hand, but you do play 2 Wally and Ascension, but I don't know that's enough. But it's hopefully you get that Share 1 Trevenant and you don't have to worry about Archeops anymore. But there you go, guys. There's my list for the Trevenant Break deck in Expanded. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, playing against Quebec Mew playing a Dark. Oh my goodness, a Dark Steel in a Colors deck. And let's see, can we take down the Dark deck? Alright, we are going first, and maybe we'll get that turn 1 Wally into the Trevenant shutdown those item cards to our opponent's side of the field. So let's see, what do we have? Alright, so get a mulligan. Alright, the hand would not have gotten us a turn 1 Wally. We need to start like Phantump, Ultra Ball for a draw to get the turn 1 Wally out into play. And let's see, does our opponent have multiple Pokemon? Does not look like it, so press done, and we'll get a new hand of 7. Let's see, what can we find? Alright, there's double Phantump, but right now we actually have a bad hand. Alright, so let's see, can we find the Wally or not is my big question. My opponent will draw one from the mulligan, but hopefully we top deck a Wally. Jirachi, maybe? If we top deck Jirachi, it would be okay, because we get Ultra Ball, discard Lysandre and the Bursting Balloon to get a Jirachi, get out the Trevenant, next turn get Breakout, and doing pretty good. Let's see, what does our opponent have, and what will we top deck? Now, if we don't top deck anything, we'll probably put a Psychic Energy on the Trevenant and a Phantump, and just keep it at that and probably just pass. Maybe Burst Ball on the active if they do want to hit us. But waiting for my opponent to decide what to do here. Do they take the mulligan or not? They will take the mulligan, and there is a Shaymin start from my opponent. Alright, so we're going to put a Psychic Energy on the bench, and we're just going to, unfortunately, just end our turn onto our opponent's turn. A very unfortunate turn, number 1 as of right now. Our hand is really bad, too, but maybe we'll get out of it. Hopefully our opponent plays an in and saves us both, or saves them, basically, or saves us. Yeah, saves us. So there's a Dark Energy to the active. There's a Fighting Field going to Shaymin, okay? Reverse Valley coming down, and will we see an in? Will we see a Sycamore? There's an Ultra Ball. Going to discard 2 cards from their hands. Discards a Dark and a Super Rod. And will we see a Darkrai? Maybe a Evital. There's a Darkrai coming down, okay. And does our opponent have some kind of crazy Dark Patch plays? A Darkrai coming down. And there's a Fighting Hook on the Darkrai. And will we see a Sycamore? Or will we see a pass? Oh, just a pass. Oh, to our turn. Alright, and there's a Shaymin. Alright, so put down the Reverse Valley. Or Dimension, put down the Dimension Valley. And I'm actually just going to Ascension to get out of Trevenant. Alright, go to the Trevenant out. I really don't want to play the Shaymin just yet, because next turn we put the Trevenant Breakout and start using Silent Fear, which is great. So our opponents only have 1 card in their hand, and we got the item lockout turn 2, which is great. And my opponent didn't play any Dark Patches, they didn't really do anything too crazy, so now their items are locked. But the downside is this Darkrai does have a Fighting Fear belt, so it'll be kind of hard for us to knock it out. It'll take us a little while, but maybe we'll be able to do it. We just gotta find a Psychic Energy attack with this Trevenant. Now, obviously, I put the one on the bench on the first turn because, you know, I didn't. Oh, there's a Dark Energy and Sky Turn. Oh, first 40 damage. Alright, so here comes, well, the good thing about opponent, he can attack right now. There's that, oh my goodness, what a top deck. We'll put that there, put this guy down. And we're just going to Silent Fear for 30 damage. No need to play Shaymin just yet. No need to use the Burst Wounds either. So 30 damage onto our opponent's turn. They're going to draw a card, and things are kind of looking up for us. Now, we know our opponent just have like a Dark, Shaymin, some other stuff. And if we get that Team Flare Gun, we can actually discard that Dark Energy. There's a Dark Energy to the active, okay? And we'll probably see a Shaymin come down, set up for 3 new cards. And let's see, what will our opponent find? Now, there's no way they can really attack us this turn unless they Lysander, Dark Patch, Retreat kind of combo wombo. Yeah, I think next turn. Okay, so on our turn, what do we get? There's a Mystery Energy, okay. Put down the active. Yeah, put on the active. We'll Shaymin set up for 3, and we are looking for a Team Flare going to discard that Dark Energy. And let's see, what will Shaymin find us? There's an AZ and an N. Oh, buddy. So I'm going to actually AZ pick up the Shaymin. And then I'm going to Silent Fear do 30 to everybody, okay? So let's Silent Fear do 30 to everybody. 30, 30, 30. And on my opponent's turn, we know they have at least 1 Dark Energy in their hand. Maybe should have held to that Mystery Energy for like Mewtwo or Wobbuffet. That could be really nice. But I really want to Shaymin to help get that Team Flare Gun. But if we find a Team Flare Gun, we'll still be okay next turn because we can discard the Dark Energy and make our opponent can't attack unless they decide to attack with this guy. They can retreat and yep, there's a Dark Energy. That guy, okay. So they're gonna use a Blooming for 30 damage. If times 2, 60, okay. And both of us get a new hand of 6. And let's see what will we find. I guess we should attach the Burst Moves last turn. I forgot my opponent can attack with this guy. Just me being silly. There's a Shaymin, Wally. So we can Wally into a Trevenant. There's an Yveltal Break coming out. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Alright, so an Yveltal, Darkrai. Alright, so all these cards coming down is great for us because these are easy knockouts. So there's Yveltal. He's going to hit us for 60 with the Oblivion Wing, okay? So 60 damage. Going to put a Dark Energy probably on the Darkrai. That's where I put it at. Yeah, Dark Energy to Darkrai, because if he gets a Lysandre, he can knock both these guys next turn, alright? So we will Wally into the Trevenant, okay? Get a Trevenant out. We will Mystery Energy this guy. We will Shaymin set up for 2, okay? And let's see what we find with the Shaymin for 2. There's a VS Seeker and a Team Flare Gun finally, but we are going to Silent Fear. Do 30 to everybody, and now it's a race. It's a race versus will he knock all our Trevenants where we knock out any of his Pokemon. So on our opponent's turn, like Yveltal is 30, this guy is 30, Shaymin has 60, so that's gonna be knocked out 2 turns. This Darkrai is fairly close. There's a Colress, gonna show up their hand deck and get 6 new cards, and it is a race. So there's a Reverse Valley coming down, bumping that Dimension Valley, okay? And my opponent probably just attack with this guy, I imagine is what we'll see. Alright, but we gotta go for Juniper. There's a Dark Energy Darkrai, okay. He could go for a Night Spear. Oh baby. So there's a Oblivion Wing for the knockout, okay. Gonna attach a Dark Energy probably to the Yveltal. Oh, he actually doesn't have any Dark Energies, okay. So we'll send up Trevenant. Alright. We'll put a Trevenant Break on the active. We'll have to play a Juniper. We need to find some Phantump. So we'll get a Trevenant Breakout. We will put down a Dimension Valley, and we will Juniper, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. So can we find some Phantumps or not is my big question. If we don't, we are in trouble, and there's a Phantump. Okay, so put down Phantump. We'll put a Burst Balloon on the active. We will Level Ball, and with the Level Ball, we will grab another Phantump. Okay, we have no more Trevenant Breaks, which is the downside right now. So we'll grab Phantump. We'll put that down, and we will Silent Fear, do 30 to everybody. Alright, so there we go. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Alright, so my opponent's turn. So if he hits us with this guy, he actually doesn't get knocked out. He is fairly short, but if we take a VS Seeker, we actually can knock him out because we can get that Xerosic, okay? There's a Dark Energy, going to Darkrai, alright. Here's a Darkrai, and he's going to Night Spear for the knockout and do 30 damage to somebody. I wonder he will decide to do. There's Sycamore, going to discard his hand, draw 7 new cards, okay? Alright, so we are in we are in big trouble. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. So Night Spear. Oh, okay. 90 and 30 to that guy, okay. Alright, so Burst Balloon hitting him for 60. And on our turn, I'm actually going to send in the Phantump. Okay, we'll send a Phantump. On our turn, what do we find? We find a Computer Search. Okay. We're going to put down Trevenant. We are going to Computer Search. Discard 1 and 2. It doesn't matter. I'm just looking for a Sycamore. Discard a hand, draw 7 new cards. We do have a... Oh my goodness, we do have a Trevenant Break left. But do we go for Shaymin? Man, maybe we should have kept that card in our hand because that would have been really good. Then we kept the Wally. I didn't know we had one left. I apologize. I thought one was prized. That's my mistake. I guess we'll grab Shaymin. We will set up for 5 new cards. And can we find a Super Rod, VS Seeker, and a Psychic Energy? Alright, and there's a Mystery Burst Balloon. Okay, so that's not the greatest. Okay. We can Burst Balloon the active. Mystery Energy, this guy. We can Super Rod to shuffle in. So we have 2, 3, 4. So one of these guys, one of these guys, and one of these guys back into the deck. We will Ultra Ball, discard 1 and 2. And with this, we're going to grab a Jirachi. And we're going to Jirachi forward in to put our opponent down to 4 cards. Alright, so we're going to Jirachi forward in, which I think is a great play. Yes. And with this, we'll grab it in. Okay. So put our opponent down to 4 while we get 6, and hopefully they don't have a Lysandre. And if they don't have a Lysandre, they'll actually hit our Trevenant, okay? So there we go, the Trevenant, okay. We'll put down a Phantump. And we'll pass on to our opponent's turn, okay? So on our opponent's turn, they're going to draw a card. Now, they hit us, they will get knocked out because of that Burst Balloon, which is great. Unless they decide to switch in this guy, which Dark Pulse would be great to actually use right now. It's going to be very close, I'm not going to lie to you. It depends if you have Dark. There's a Jirachi coming down with Stardust. Don't care about that too much right now. But next turn, we can knock out Shaymin. We can start doing a ton of damage to these guys. This guy's really close to being knocked out. That guy's really close to being knocked out. There's Sycamore. Go and discard his hand. And I imagine they're looking for a Dark Energy. So that, oh man, we end up to, okay. And there's, no, just going for a Night Spear, okay. So 90 and 30. Alrighty. So he's going to get hit for the Burst Balloon. Going to get knocked out. He's going to go down to 2 Riot Cards. So 1 to 2. We'll go down to 4. He goes down to 1. So there's an N and a Psych Energy. Alright. So we're going to send in this guy. The Phantump, who does our opponent send up? Because now he doesn't have free retreat anymore, which is a very big thing for my opponent. Like, not having retreat is really good for us. Or not good for our opponent, I guess, is the correct thing to say. But let's see, who does he send in? Okay. Alright, and here comes Jirachi. Okay, so we can send in this guy. See, I'm going to actually send in this guy, okay? So we're sending this guy. On our turn, we are going to Ultra Ball, discard Juniper, Colress. Yeah, we're gonna discard those two. No, let's discard N. Okay, we'll discard those two, and we'll grab a Trevenant. We'll put a Trevenant on the active. Wait, do we have no? We have no more Trevenants left. I didn't see one in the deck. All right, we're gonna VS Seeker for a Wally. All right, so there we go. We'll Wally into the active. Get a Trevenant breakout. We actually don't have any more Trevenants. We have 1 prize, it seems like. That's what we prized. It wasn't the Trevenant break, it was that one. We'll put a Psychic Energy in the active, and we'll go for a Silent Fear to do 30 to everybody. Alright, guys, there we go. So 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. And he can't actually attack us with this Jirachi. I mean, he could, but it doesn't really do anything. There's an Ultra Ball and a Wobbuffet. And oh my goodness, guys, can we do this or not? Next turn, we can knock out Jirachi, and we can actually knock out this Evital break. It looks like we actually might take a win against this Dark deck. Everything was looking bad against us, but we might actually make it out alive through this match. Let's see, what will our opponent do? They have to play an AZ and a Dark Energy to actually pick up this guy. There's a Malamar coming down. He could go for a Hyper Hypnosis. Another Dark Art hitting the field as well. Okay. And I think we actually got this game, guys. Like, my opponent has to play an AZ to pick up this Jirachi. There's a Lysandre. Gonna bring up Jirachi, okay? But we don't care about that. Like, if he knocks us out, so what? We'll send this Trevenant, take a knockout on the Jirachi or the Evital. There's a Dark Patch, so Dark Patch number 1 going to that guy, okay? Max looks like going to look at the top cards other decks. So as you see, my opponent does play like a bunch of item cards, but they're pretty much useless right now, okay? So, Training Mill, going to look at the top cards of their deck, and let's see, can my opponent find a Float Stone? There's an Acrobike, okay? But as long as he does not end us, I'm 100% sure we can win this game next turn. All we need is an Energy or Float Stone to retreat and attack with the Trevenant. We already have a Dimension Valley if he does bump our stadium. There's a Training Mill again, okay? And just all it comes down to, does my opponent have it in or not? We have 2 VS Seekers. We have a Colress in our hand, okay? Alright, guys, and we're just waiting to see what our opponent do. There's a Dark Energy to the active. Will he retreat and just attack? If he does that, he will lose his game because we'll knock out both this guy and this guy next turn. Oh my goodness, unless he plays like an AZ. There's a Dark Energy going to Malamar, a Trainer's Milk, going to look at top cards of their deck. And as you see, they played a ton of Trainer cards, but they unfortunately cannot use this while Trevenant, it was in the Axe spot, which is why Trevenant is so strong. There's a VS Seeker. Do they have an in here or not is my question. There is an in the Discord. Okay. Alright, guys, so they need to play an in and hit a stated card. If they do not hit both of those, they will lose this game. Oh, wait, no, they have to play Lysandre, so they can't actually do anything. They'll have to pass. Okay, there's a VS Seeker for Lysandre, but they already played a supporter card, so they can't play double supporter card. Duh, Josh. So we're actually looking very, very great right now. Duh, how the Jirachi in the X spot, because he Lysandre up, guys. There's a Stardust for 10 damage, and as long as we hit an energy, we can retreat this Jirachi. On our turn, we get a Float Stone. We top deck the Float Stone, we put it on the active, we retreat. into the Trevenant break, and we will use Silent Fear. Going to knock out the Jirachi, going to knock out this Evital, and we will take the game, guys. We can't beat the Dark deck, as you see. Oh my goodness. And even then, we could have played Colress, get a new hand of ton of cards, probably put a Burst Balloon on the active, and put my opponent in a bad situation. But there you go, guys. We are able to beat Dark with our Trevenant deck, which is what we're weak against, but we still did it. But we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second, and we'll see what happens. Can Trevenant break take another winner or not? That is the big question. And what's in our mystery prize? And there's one token, or one ticket, but we'll see what happens in the next game. Alright, so playing against Charizard Slayer, playing a water and a dark deck is another dark match or not. Heads, we won the coin flip, so once again, we'd be able to go first, and then, oh my goodness, whatever. We're fine practice our dark match, right? It's our worst matchup, so hypothetically, oh my goodness. So, alright, so press done. If we top deck an Ultra Ball, we might be okay. Like, we'll still be pretty bad. But 3 Pokemon coming down, okay. So Palkia, Manaphy, Magikarp. Alright, so Level Ball. Get out of Phantump. Oh, okay, actually we're gonna grab Jirachi. That's probably the better play. We'll Jirachi for an end, get a new hand of 6. Like, that's definitely what we need to do. There's an end, so shuffle our hand to deck and get 6 new cards. And yeah, that's fine. Hopefully find some Phantoms, some Psychic Energies. We had Psychic Energies that turn. Alright, so we got a Level Ball. With this, we will grab a Phantump. Well, we have 1 Phantump prize, okay. Alright, so let's grab Phantump. We'll put that guy down, and we will end our turn. Yeah, we'll end our turn to our opponent's turn. Alright, so let's see what happens. I was kind of debating, do we Ultra Ball for another Phantump to get 2 Trevenants on play next turn? But I think that'd be fine regardless. Alright. So the only bad thing is we didn't get energy on Phantump, so Trevenant cannot attack next turn. But my opponent really can't do much, and I don't even know what my opponent is playing, really. There's another Kyurem hitting the field, okay. I mean, this might be like a Rough Seas versus Dimension Valley deck. There's a Remory coming down, okay. Alright, so let's see, what else does our opponent have with their water deck? Like Water Toolbox with Gyarados and Octillery and Kyurem and Palkia and Manaphy. DC going out Gyarados, Magikarp, okay, pass on to our turn. We get an Ultra Ball. Alright, so we're going to Ultra Ball. Discard a 1-2. Alright, we will grab another Phantump. We will put that guy down, put down at the Dimension Valley and Sycamore, discard a hand, draw 70 cards. Or Juniper. Sorry, Juniper is an expanded. Duh, guys, come on, let's get it together. Alright, so there is a Float Stone. So Float Stone the active. We will retreat into this guy. We'll Ultra Ball, discard Xerosic and Lysandre. With this, we'll get a Trevenant out. In this turn, we actually get 2 Trevenants into play because of this Wombo combo kind of thing, which is really nice with the deck. So we'll put a Trevenant down here. We will cinch it into a Trevenant in the Axis spot, and there we go, 2 Trevenants out in 1 turn, which is really cool, especially since one of these Trevenants just hit the field, which is a great thing that you can do with the Trevenant deck. So there we go, 2 Trevenants out, onto our opponent's turn, and next turn, probably just VS Seeker for an end, get into a hand of 7. I really don't want to discard another Dimension Valley, and I don't want to discard a VS Seeker either. So there's an Octillery coming down. They can use Pistol Hand to draw 1 card. There's a what does Gyarados do? I'm kind of scared right now. Berserker Splash 80. This attack does 10 damage to each Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Alright, so there's a Suicune coming down and Octillery drawn 3. And my opponent can, they find an energy. They can't really attack this turn because they can't play Switch. There's a Skyla. I imagine this will get some kind of supporter card. Guys, I really gotta sneeze. Okay, alright, so Skyla, hold on, I feel it coming. Alright, so there's the Rough Seas I was talking about. And this one's gonna make the matchup so hard. So Rough Seas is gonna come down, bump that Dimension Valley. I imagine what we'll see. So yep, there's a Rough Seas coming down. Alright, and a pass on to our turn, we get a Wobbuffet, so put down Dimension Valley, and we'll VS Seeker for an end. I wish we had a Course in our discard pile. That would be great. So we'll grab the end. Oh, we won't grab anything right now. Wait for it. Alright, so yeah, we'll grab the end. We'll do a Wobbuffet as well, just to get it on the field, and so we don't draw back into it. So we'll end, get a new hand out of 6, so as my opponent. And there's a Mystery Energy, which is nice. There we go, so we can start using it. We actually don't have a Trevenant break. So we'll just end our turn. Alright, so this is not going good right now. No Trevenant break, no Ultra Ball to get out that turn. Okay, that was perfect. I guess next turn we'll probably just Burst Balloon the active and Juniper discard or hand draw 7 new cards. Another Rough Seas coming down. Okay. Alright. Why did you use the active? We have 1 Dimension Valley left. Alright, okay, alright. We could, okay, we can't even Tree Slam next turn. Perfect, this is going great, guys. This is one of the bad things about playing against a water deck. Like, Rough Seas just destroy us sometimes. But let's see what our opponent do. How many Rough Seas do they play? We've already discarded 3, and if they play a 4th one, we are in trouble. So in our turn, we get a Juniper. So we're going to Burst Balloon the active, and we're going to Juniper, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, so there's a Psychic Energy. We'll put down a Trevenant Break. And we will Silent Fear do 30 to everybody. Now, our opponent can't just Rough Seas the hill it off, but maybe they'll forget the Rough Seas. Maybe that's what we're hoping for. They forget the Rough Seas, and then we're okay. But if they attack us this turn, we're actually Tree Slam to do 60 to the active. Nope, there's a Rough Seas, so they did not forget the Rough Seas. Okay, that's all I was hoping for. Maybe they forgot the Rough Seas. All right, so Water to the active. Lysandre, gonna bring up a Shaymin. Okay, why not bring up the Jirachi? So confused. So town map, going to see the prize cards, a Squirtle, Blastoise, 2 water, VS Seeker, and Professor Letter. Going to Abyssal Hand, draws 2 more cards, okay? Alright. Alrighty. So there they go. I guess next turn we'll go for a Tree Slam. So Aqua Turbo for 40. And going to attach 2 water Gs to one of their bench Pokemon. We'll go on this guy. Aqua Turbo. Okay, sure. Yep. Yep. Alright. So this guy does 90. Flip a coin for each water G attached to Pokemon. This does 30 more damage. Alright, so we'll put a... Guess a Psychic Energy this guy. We will Float Stone the Wobbuffet, and we're going to VS Seeker for a Sycamore. Discard our hand, draw... No, let's go for an N. Yeah, we'll go for an N, because I kind of want to say that Mystery Energy. So we'll N. Both of us get into a hand of 6. And can we find a Rough Seas? I mean, that's not what I want. Okay, okay. Alright. Things are going great, guys. Don't worry. Alright, so Trevenant down. We will retreat into this guy. And we will go for a Tree Slam, do 60, and it doesn't matter. We'll do 20 of those guys. Alright, so 60, 20, 20. At least we did some damage that is going to stick this turn. Alright, so in our opponent's turn, they're going to draw a card. Alright, guys, can we do this or not? How do we beat the Rough Seas deck? So 30, the healing, whatever, okay? We got to find a Dimension Valley. Hopefully they'll play any more Rough Seas, or they can't find another Rough Seas. That's the big thing. Because they do, we're in trouble. We are in trouble if that's going to happen. It doesn't matter what kind of deck we're playing against. I mean, what deck we're playing against. As long as they have Rough Seas, we're in trouble. There's another water you go to that guy, okay. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He has to flip all heads on this Aqua Tail. If only we had Mewtwo. So there's a Lysandre, bring a Shaymin back up, okay. So he's going to sit with the Gyarados and take an Aqua Tail knockout that way, okay. So there we go. So my opponent plays 2 Lysandre. What a boss. Alright, so Aqua Tail, tails, heads, tails. Alrighty. So the 120. He's going to take, I don't know, 2 water energies, maybe? Seems fine to me. Yep, 2 water energies go in his hand. We'll set up the Wobbuffet, okay. And on our turn, what will we draw into? There is a Trevenant Break. So we'll put a Mystery Energy on this guy, and we'll be a Seeker for a... Oh, hold on, no, it's Colress is in our hand. Oh my goodness, that was a misplay. Alright, so grab in. And then we'll Colress. I meant to just play the Colress automatically. So we'll Colress, get 8 cards, and we're looking for that Dimension Valley. Okay, there's the Dimension Valley. So we'll retreat into Trevenant. We'll put down Dimension Valley, Burst Balloon the active, and we will do Silent Fear, do 30 to everybody. Alright, so there we go. And a question for our opponent is, do they have another Rough Seas or not? If they do, we are in trouble. So there we go. They're going to draw a card. They've already played 2 Rough Seas. They might have 2 left in their deck. And let's find out what's going to happen, guys. Do they have another Rough Seas or not? If that's the question, we are in trouble. Alright, so we gotta believe, guys. We gotta believe. He does have another water G. Okay. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright, so he has to flip 3 out of 5 with this. But if he does hit us, we still can't knock him out. Unless we go for a Tree Slam. That could knock him out next turn. Alright, so this Charizard Slayer. Maybe this one his name's Charizard Slayer because he's playing a water deck. So water G going to the active. Okay. And will he attack us this turn? Alright, there's a Skyla. Oh my goodness, Skyla's gonna get a Rough Seas out. I know it. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. He's gonna get a Rough Seas out, and we're gonna be in trouble if there's another Rough Seas in that deck. If there's a 3rd Rough Seas, we are in trouble, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Steady. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Maybe he doesn't have another Rough Seas. Maybe he only plays 2. Okay, a VS Seeker. I'm A-okay with that VS Seeker. That is not a Rough Seas. Watch him just put down Rough Seas. I'm just kidding. Got a Rough Seas the whole time kind of thing. I'd be like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? But no, Aqua Tail. There's a heads, a tails, a heads. Alright, so we are donezo. Night-night, Prince. Alright, so 60 damage from Burst Balloon, okay. So, he's gonna take a prize card. I wonder which one he'll take. The V is Seeker. Okay, so we're gonna send a Trevenant. On our turn, we are going to Psychic Energy deactive, and we are going to play it in to my opponent down to 3 cards. Alright, so we're going to end, get 6. And there's a Burst Balloon. I guess we can put down, if he attacks this guy, he'll get hit for the 30. So Burst Balloon the active, Phantump. And we'll use, how much HP does this guy have? 120. So we will just, Tree Slam. Okay, for the knockout. 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna put it on the Suicune. 3, 6, 9. So that doesn't matter. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna put it on this guy. Alright, so I know that doesn't matter, but if he does attack with this this Palkia, it'll be quicker to get knocked down. Alright, so there we go. We'll go down to 5 prize cards. Our first prize card taken. There we go. So Shaymin, come in our hand. And on that partner, and here comes Palkia. Now, this Palkia hits us, to go down to 40. We can then Tree Slam for a knockout if we want to. Or we can do Silent Fear, almost put the Suicune knockout. Almost put this guy for a knockout. There's a DC go to Kyurem. Outrage can be very scary. Alright, so, Bissell Hand drawn 2. Okay. We might go for Team Flare Gun next turn. To, like, discard a water and make it where, well, I guess he has Auto Retreat, which is terrible. That is terrible. That is a terrible thing for us. A very terrible thing. Okay. Alright, so there's a Squirtle coming down. Ooh. Alright. Alright. Wait, what Squirtle way? Say, as long as Pokemon is during the bench, prevent all damage done. Alright, so there's a Wally for a War Turtle. Okay. He doesn't have a Blastoise yet. We know it's in his prize cards. Okay. So there's an Aqua Turbo for 40. He's gonna get popped with that Burst Balloon. Okay. Yeah. So why did you do that guy? So get popped for the 40, or for the 60, sorry. Alright, so in our turn, what to do? We'll put down Trevenant. This guy can use Giga Frost next turn to knock us out. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we'll put a Psychic Energy in this guy. We will Shaymin set up. Oh man, it's so bad right now. Alright, so let's Wally into the break. Yeah, alright, there's a break coming down. Let's see what's left in our deck. There's, okay, no Burst Balloons. A Super Rod, which we'll probably need next turn. Okay, put that guy down. And we will go, let's see. We can do Silent Fear, 3, 6. Yeah, what is Silent Fear? Or do we go for Tree Slam for the knockout? How many Burst Balloons have we played? We have played 3 Burst Balloons, so there's 1 left. If we go for Silent Fear, we can do 60 to knock out this guy. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that I'm trying to see if Wobbuffet can knock it out next turn, but it does not look like it. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a Silent Fear, do 30 to everybody, okay? And there we go, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Alright, so we're going to try to win the game that way. This guy has 20, 30, this guy has 20, this guy has 10, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, oh goodness, we don't have, okay, there's a Wally for a Blastoise. Oh, yep, there's a Blastoise, okay. Alright, guys. Alright, can we do this or not? That's the question. I mean, next turn we're going to Team Flare Gun, discard that DCE. Here comes Kyurem. Alright. So, he's going to Giga Frost us. He has to discard 2 Water if he does his attack, though. I guess he can use the first one to discard it that way. Which could be really good. There's a Water to the active, okay. There's a Bissell Hand, gonna draw 3. Oh my goodness, he can keep refilling his hand because of that. We just gotta hope our opponent does not play another Rough Seas. If that happens, we are gonna lose this game. I do not know how we're gonna win if that happens. But next turn we can take 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a Giga Frost for the knockout. He has to discard 2 Water G's off that Pokemon, and this might help us win the game right now. So we're gonna send in the Trevenant, okay. On our turn, what do we get? We get a Wally. Alright, so we're gonna Psychic Energy this guy. Well, Team Flare got the DCE. Alright. We just gotta hope our opponent does not have any energies left. He's already played a bunch, but whatever. We'll Silent Fear, do 30 to everybody. There we go. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. And we'll take a knockout on that guy. Go down to 4 prize cards. Alright, there's a Juniper and a Computer Search. We'll take a knockout on that guy. We'll go down to 2 prize cards. Alright, there's a Burst Balloon. Take a knockout on that guy. We'll go down to 1 prize card. And it's going to be up to my opponent. What do they have? Alright, guys. Oh, my goodness. So, 90 HP left. What we can do next turn is use Psychic Assault for the knockout on the active. As long as they do not play Rough Seas, we can win the game next turn. I mean, yeah, Rough Seas. Oh, my goodness. That's the question. Do they have a Rough Seas or not? Woo! Okay, guys. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. There's a Skyla. There's a course. All right, that we don't care about that. We do not care about the course. Okay. All right. Do we have a way to retreat this guy? Do we have any flow stones left? We have one flow stone. One. Okay, I actually don't think we can retreat our Trevenant next turn. Alright, whatever. We got this, guys. Don't worry. Do not. Hey, adventure's gonna come down. Opponent can see in the game, realize they cannot win this game. I mean, that guy was not going to attack us this turn. We would have hit it for 30. Sit that man if you have for a knockout the following turn. Unless we had a VS Seeker left. But I don't know we had a VS Seeker. We need a VS Seeker and energy, which I know. We had a Super Rod left, but there we go, guys. Oh my goodness. You can see how hard it was for me to rough seas deck. Like, I don't even know what we played against, but rough seas make this matchup so hard. So as you play against two of our hardest matchups. Unfortunately, I don't think my opponent played more than 2 rough seas for him, because if they played more than 2, they definitely would have got it with Skyla, because that would have destroyed us and would have won the game. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Expanded Thursday, and you can see why Trevenant Break is one of the strongest decks in the format right now. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.